All right, hello. Cedric and Cedra for CRS and commentary for New Japan Resurgence. This is part two, opening up. We're going to go with the end of the last one, which saw when Mura Yuya, he's in the ring, he got the mic, and what he said was, now I'm going on memory, not so much because it was fresher then, now my words are slightly jumbled, but he was like, happy to meet you, USA or Los Angeles. He said one of those. He says, I'm Yuya Uemura. He's out of breath and he's trying to get this done, and the crowd is just all about him, and then he has to wave him down like, okay, chill, let me get this out, and then he says, I want to get stronger in LA Dojo. And then he boasts. I don't know what he said in Japanese. I just don't. And then that's when Katsuyori Shibata come out, and he simply gets the mic. He looks at him and he says, "Come with me." And he puts on the LA Dojo shirt and he goes with him.
And get whipped into shape.
Yep.
I guess.
And this can be a good thing. I don't know the ins and outs of what's going on with LA Dojo and here in the United States. I don't know what they're doing. I don't look that stuff up at all. So then we got the next match. We got Hikuleo versus Juice Robinson. And last time they met, Robinson won. He got the Tamikaze or whatever he calls it here. He got that on, got the 1, 2, 3. So this time they have a very competitive match. A lot better than the first one that I saw. They probably had quite a few matches that I hadn't seen after that. And it was a good match. We just watched it. We weren't really hype or anything. We were just hype of anything. We were just really engrossed into it. It was just, it sang to us. We just chilled and watched. We mellowed out. And I couldn't tell who was going to win or lose until it got to the end. Hikuleo hit a nice, serious high angle backdrop on him. We was like, we didn't know where that was going to go until it happened. He got a nice, Hikuleo got a good vertical suplex onto Robinson. They went to the outside. Hikuleo in front. Look, this sucks. But New Japan is putting on a match of heels and faces in front of a crowd that's pretty much an indie crowd. They don't care about that. They don't even know how that stuff is supposed to look. All they know is outlaw mud show bullshit wrestling. That's it. These same people, if AEW went there, they would go absolutely bonkers for it. Hikuleo did not become a heel until the end after he got pinned from a counter roll-up. He got him a post-match jumping, got a hold of Juice, high angle choke slam, exclamation point, like, you don't just roll me up and beat me. You lost your mind. And the crowd's like, one more time. And Hikuleo, like, he don't even gesture bad to the fans. He just leave and they boo him. That's how idiotic the wrestling fans have become these days. The professional wrestling fans can't find professional wrestling, and the modern wrestling fans are so everywhere that professional wrestling can't get over. They didn't even know he was a heel. They had no idea. They was watching the match. They were into it. They had no idea Juice Robinson was a face. They didn't know. That sucks. It sucks. Everyone is so messed up they can't tell good guys from bad guys. You know who the good guy is? The one that comes to the ring happy. You know who the bad guy is? The one that's kind of frowning, snarling, not catering to anybody unless they're threatening a backhand or talking trash. That's the bad guy.
It's very simple. I don't know why it's so difficult for some people to keep up with.
I get what Cornette says. I get why he said what he said when he said, it hurts my feelings. Because it hurts. This is bad. You know, if anything, I thought a New Japan Pro Wrestling crowd would know the difference. But it's so bad and widespread that even they don't know good from bad anymore. It sucks. It's bad, you know. And it sucks that these two had to waste their talent in front of those people. That's how I see it. You go out there, the good guy, and they don't even know if they should cheer for you or not. You're out there as the bad guy, and they don't even know if they should boo you or not. You're like, well, how can I get over and do my job if the only way I'm going to be the bad guy is if I don't give these idiots what they want? You know, that's, oh man, I want to hug both of these guys and be like, man, I am sorry. You know, I am sorry. New Japan crowd is quiet, but, you know, over there in the land of the rising sun, Nihonje, but they're quiet. They're respecting the athletes. They applaud when they see something that's worth applauding. And they know who's good and who's bad.
And if you have go home heat, they'll let you know it.
Yes, as Tai Chi. Woo-wee! Go home Tai Chi is what they kept chanting. And then it turned, and then he actually started wrestling. And then it turned into a chant of endearment, as crazy as that is. And then they stopped chanting it. So there you go. He didn't have go home heat. He just was hated. He had the proper heat. I feel bad for these two. I really do. But hey, bottom barrel elites, at least they got paid and they honed their skills just a little more. I was impressed by both of them. I like both of them, you know. And even though I can know who's a face and who's a heel, I can still get drawn in and be like, you asshole. You know, I can't wait for him to whoop your ass. I can still get drawn in. But this won't that format. This is just, you know, commonplace match. In any case, did you have anything else? Anything you want to say?
No.
All right. So it's a sad opening to part 2. It sucks, you know. And I wish we could have been a little more lively for you, but this was sad. I feel bad for those two. I really do, and it sucks. Maybe the next one will be better. You know, maybe we'll be more live for that. You know. Right now, they got my condolences. That's how bad it is. Oh man, if anyone else saw this, what did you think? Maybe you have to go back and look at the match, but what did you think? Anyway, let's roll. All right, here we go. Second match of part 2. TNA, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling Moose versus New Japan's Ishii Tomohiro, and good grief, I ain't gonna lie, I'm in tears. Oh my goodness, this was a titanic match. Oh my glob, this shit was right. You don't even got to watch the rest of the show. Go home. This is the main event.
Moose is a huge dude, but you know Ishii don't give a shit. He's
Not
like,
one
shit. I don't
shit.
care how big you are, you ain't bigger than me.
Oh shit, this the last match for part 2.
Yep.
Okay, then this is gonna wrap up part 2. Yeah, see, main event part 2. You know, roll credits. Cause goddamn, what you gonna follow this up with? A gunshot?
I know.
This match was just what?
They were laying the hits in. Moose was doing some he's very agile and light on his feet, so he's doing moves that big men just don't do. Because he's definitely, a big man.
I'm trying to find the words for this. I really am. I'm gonna say this. I'm glad I listened to my woman and decided to watch this. This is so. Now I'm refreshed.
Yes, it's refreshing.
I'm refreshed. This is refreshing. Oh my goodness!
Actually, seeing something that's competitive.
I have watched Moose wrestle quite a few times, and not one time have I seen him wrestle until now. I've never seen this Moose before. I've seen him do these moves, but there's a difference when you've been taken pillar to post, beat down, slamming arm against arm, slamming shoulder to shoulder, head to head, taking heavy blows. Ishii don't do nothing less than bring it 100%. He is all on a motherfucker. Ishii don't let up. It is what it is, and it is him. That's what I like about Ishii. If you like to play, if you like to joke, he gonna kill that noise. You better show up and wrestle. You better show up and fight. That's just how that is. And Moose realized he had to do that. I could see that kick in after a little bit. Because Moose was like, TNA match. I'm used to this. I know they do the stiff hitting, yada, yada, yada. You could see that on his face. You could see I'm here to... Ishii looked like he was at the opening of the match. If you look at it, Ishii looked like he was getting ready to go to work. I got my gloves. I got my steel-toed boots. I got my hard hat. Okay, let me go ahead and clock in and get this started. Because he does this every day. This is just Ishii. It was Tuesday for him, or Wednesday, or Saturday, or Sunday. It don't matter. It was just title shot, non-title shot. You can't tell the difference. It's just Ishii being him. Moose looked like, I'm ready to fight, but it's not a real fight. You could see it in his posture. You could see it. You could see that he was like, I know that I'm supposed to be in for this, but I'm going to be competitive. And then he hit a point where you could tell he went from, oh shit, I got to fight. You could see it click. You could see it. And he went back and forth, and Ishii
he's the bull. He just keeps going forward.
Ishii is the Ricky Morton of New Japan. I'm going to tell you why. Because when he's getting his ass whooped, it looks bad. It looks bad. You want to know why? Look. The crowd couldn't even really tell who the face and the heel is. You know what? The truth is, there was no face in this match. Moose is the heel.
Yeah. And
Tomohiro, he is the neutral heel. He will stoop to heel tactics, like he won't do the heel tactics, but he will take advantage of someone doing the heel tactics in his favor. That's where he is. And when he's getting broken down and beat down, and he's trying to get up, and he's hurting and ailing, and he is withered and stuff from the damage, you're like, oh man, it looks bad. You start to feel bad. You know that this is all quote unquote a work. You know that somebody's determined to win, someone's determined to lose. But when you do an amazing job, that shit goes out the window. You're like wrapped up in it. You're just like, are you going to make it? Is he all right? Will he be healthy? And then when Moose hit that one, okay, look, the dude decides I'm going to run in this circle, kicking, and then do the hesitation drop kick, better than Kenta, but not as well as Chris Sabin. Okay, I'm gonna say that. Now I haven't seen Chris Sabin doing it in a long time, but Chris Sabin is the one that I've seen do it the best. All right, but he does it. He is light on his feet, or the mat is that hard, or maybe it's both. And then he counters a hammer throw into a rope run. He's supposed to dive backwards, but he lost his balance, regained it, and dove. He had to go an extra 6 feet or more in the air and crossbody Ishii, roll over and nip up, light on his feet. I'm like, what? Have I seen him do these things? Yes, but I've never seen him do it this late while sucking wind. And yes, he was sucking wind at the time. It was an unyielding, unending beatdown on both parts. Slamming clotheslines, blocking clothesline with clothesline. This was an Ishii match, and Moose had to bring it. And Ishii gave up a lot of, just throwing it out there. He gave up a lot of ground to let Moose be Moose. And that is a professional wrestler. You know when to get the person's shit in, when to get yours, when to take a little break, bring it on back, let it die down, pull it back up. You know when to send them on that roller coaster ride until victory. One way or the other. And one way or the other, Ishii got that brain buster, and it was a nasty one, and got the pin. 1, 2, 3. And Moose didn't look bad by a goddamn sight.
Nah, anybody would have fallen to this brain buster.
On paper, you would think Moose would run through him, but when you know who Ishii is, and you're like, okay, if you can do these things, you might run through him. But Ishii is like, no. And that was it. No. and it was a battle. I finally got to see what Moose can do. And now I see Moose and say, that dude needs to be a champion again. Or for the first time. I ain't been following his career because TNA, I just,
Really interest.
Yep. I watched it. We watched an episode a while ago. It was just, You know, we only watched it to see Kojima. That was it.
Yeah, and the rest was just kind of,
Yeah. You know, Moose was in the match. He didn't do anything. He dropped down and walked off because he was mad. So we came in at the wrong part of the storyline. But I'm glad I got to see Moose here in this setting. I'm joyfully gobsmacked.
Yeah.
Man, I'm happy. And this is gonna close out part 2. You got anything you want to add, love?
Nope, struggling here.
Yeah, trying to stay. Yeah, it's we got up early. It's been bad for our sleep schedules, but yeah, we'll do part 3 later tonight or tomorrow or something. But man, this made me feel good. Maybe New Japan under new management is actually being worth a damn.
Maybe
so
it is. We have to check it out and see. There's a lot of other stuff going on that we can look at.
Yep. Well, with that said, thank you for listening, and yet, let's roll.